Let's see what else we got. I did want to talk about this. How do we create a bigger tent? Because I know this is a problem we have in our community. It's almost like an ongoing joke at this point that if you're not a fan, you have no idea what's going on because of the amount of inside jokes and running lore. And so here's a post that I thought was interesting on the subreddit. It says, I watched the H3 podcast for the first time because I followed the Nexium drama, became an instant fan. I want to watch the show, but I'm lost. Says, I have never seen H3 before this week, and I watched Ethan destroy Mark Elliott of Nexium on the podcast, and man, that was satisfying. I watched it about 4 times. It was so good. Thank you. Although Mark Elliott could have cured your Tourette's in the amount of time it took you to watch that 4 times.
You're saying it not an efficient use of time?
No, you could have cured anything. It was in Nexium. I want to watch more of the show, but I am lost in a sea of inside jokes about all the hosts and what seems like YouTube drama, which I've never followed and don't understand. I don't know who Tana or Shane Dawson is, for example, and why everyone's confused about another host who might be a lookalike or something. I don't even really understand the point of the show. Is it interviews? Is it like Howard Stern? Is it a variety show? Is it mostly about YouTube drama? I could go back to the beginning and start watching the very first episode, but to be honest, I don't think I have the attention span for that. I wouldn't even recommend that. Man.
Yeah.
Can someone give me a cheat sheet or quick things I should know or episodes that are a must watch so I can catch up? How would you explain this podcast to someone like me? So I thought this was actually, this is a problem. How do we bring more people into the tent? How do we make this, show more inviting to outsiders?
Are you just opening this to the floor?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had.
No, I don't have a single idea. This person recommended.
Something that was in there that immediately sparked a thought in my mind is, what if we curated a H3 Podcast 101 playlist that's just like 10 to 15 episodes of like key developments in like the lore of the show. So that it's like, you don't have to go watch 500 episodes or however many fucking episodes we made at this point. But if you watch these 20, you'll dip your toes.
So Howard Stern has a channel called Sternthology, where they go back and do that. They have like segments that explain like the classic moments in the show. So I wonder if that'd be a good idea for the highlights channel to have or maybe even the main channel have a playlist of H3ology or whatever. I don't know what's a good name for it.
Right.
What do you guys think about that idea? That'd be fun. I feel like fans would want to go back and watch that too, so it might not be a bad idea to upload.
I think that's a good idea, but also we have so many like new memes every single week, so that may be a problem. I feel like we need to set up stuff a little bit better to our new audience sometimes when we're talking about stuff.
But I can't sit here and explain everything every time I bring it
Not
up.
everything, but I just mean like, I feel like we have a bad habit of just assuming that everyone knows what we're talking about. Even people who are fans, I feel like they can miss an episode or two and be completely lost.
They're not like so deep into it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just don't think that's super viable. It's really.
I agree.
It's really takes a long time and takes you out when you have to explain every goddamn thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think people like the idea, like a H3 lore playlist.
Well, what's in their post? What was like an example of something that they didn't understand?
Well, he says, I don't know who Tanner Shane is, and I don't know why everyone's confused about another host who has a lookalike. I don't even understand the point of the show.
Another host that might be a
He's talking about Zach or Imposter Me or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
He's like, what is this? And I get that. So H3 crash course. That'd be fun. I think we should think of a list of important lore moments, iconic clips and stuff, and maybe we can even take fan submissions, because it's hard to remember all that shit. Done so much.
Yeah, and it's hard to know what to focus on because like they mentioned like I don't know who Tana and Shane are.
Well,
And it's like,
that I can't help.
right. It's like,
Yeah.
well, are we going to explain just all of YouTube history? I mean,
It would be funny to have a glossary.
Maybe we should do like a funny, like self-aware infomercial type thing of like, hi, this is the H3 podcast, like a cheesy intro video explaining, what the show is.
Like, here are some things you should
Yeah,
know.
here's
before
the
we
orientation video.
I'm the host and I'm this.
An orientation video.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of fun.
I'm the host. If you're sensitive to bomb threats, you may not want to watch this show.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can just like, you can rattle off like, okay, this is Ryan Kavanaugh. He's the owner of a big media company. I'm currently in the midst of 4 lawsuits with him.
I smoked crack once.
I once smoked crack. We used to have a show called Frenemies. It was very popular. The fallout of it is still reverberating to this day.
So I think what would be good is to have, because there's way too much stuff to do in one, but it would be nice to do like a anthology.
Mm-hmm.
So we can bring in clips and we can bring in me explaining it. Would be kind of fire. Hi, my name's Ethan Klein. Ryan Kavanaugh's wife was fucking this jacked Israeli dude, and that's why we call him Brad the Bull.
I mean, we could do a whole episode just dedicated to it. Or maybe it's better as like an edited video.
A whole episode
channel.
dedicated. I think people would like that.
Yeah, I think so too. We talk about everything. I
It
mean,
would be nice to do that maybe. And then what we have to be careful when we're doing that show to set it up in a way where it can be uploaded.
Yeah, in that show,
Standalone.
there could be a section where like important sound bites or something. We go back to the origin, explain like why this is funny in the first place when it's played.
Well, that's what we do on the soundbite tournament.
Well,
H3 Iceberg, somebody suggested.
the H,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
the
a-
sound
Do
bite.
an iceberg video. Sorry, go ahead, Olivia.
Oh, sorry. The soundbite tournament, it took us back to, it wasn't the actual video itself, it was the H3 clip rather than like watching the full, like where it came from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think so. Like a podcast history episode, just what important events that happen each year, maybe, and just
Just summarize each year, and that could be interesting.
Yeah,
we
like-
could talk about Bill Burr ruined my life.
I do see a lot of people.
Bill Burr made Ethan go on Lexapro.
I see a lot of people suggesting creating an H3 fan curated wiki. Which is kinda interesting.
H3 wiki.
Yeah, there is.
There is?
That is
Well, it's like
kind of
a-
weak.
It's like these wiki websites. I don't think people really reference those.
I mean, if we like direct people towards it, though, it might. You know how wikis are.
But like, if
If
you're
people get
trying to
invested.
if you're trying to be a fan of the show, you're not gonna go read up fucking Wikipedia. I think videos is good. Videos is the best.
Oh,
way.
I wouldn't say
Enjoy.
only that. I would just say in supplement to that. So like, you watch the orientation video, now you're kind of in, but then you're still not going to get all the references. And if something strikes you that your curiosity, you go and reference the wiki.
Well, if you want to do that, there is a website that does wikis for certain fandoms. Like here, WikiTube, H3. I don't know. It's probably
Right, that one is
there's
just
actually a
like-
lot more here than. There's actually a lot of stuff here. Shit.
Well, there you go. see,
Anti-white
that's like-
statements.
Yeah.
After Keemstar tweeted that anti-white racism is unacceptable, Ethan responded saying, "White isn't a race, dipshit," which he deleted minutes later. He was ridiculed for this statement by white supremacists
You deleted that? Why would you delete that?
because I didn't want to deal with it. I was like,
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.
it wasn't worth it. I saw the usual suspects winding
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, I don't want to deal with this.
People saying you'll have to moderate the wiki. No, that's the beauty of wikis, man. This self-perpetuating thing. The power users, they
I feel
duke
like-
it out in the marketplace of ideas.
And I think we need a moderator.
I feel like if you're really dedicated to like kind of get all the memes, just start watching, ask questions on Reddit, become a member, ask things in Discord. I think like that's the crash course. You'll get everything. Watch highlights, old highlights and stuff like that.
Not everybody. I mean, that works for you, love, but not everybody's got the patience for that.
I'm trying to think of someone like my mom's boyfriend Steve, who's trying to be supportive of me and watch the show, but he's like, oh, it seems fun. I'm just always so lost. Like, what? How would you describe the show?
You gotta tell him, keep up, moron.
I always say,
Be on your toes.
I
Steve.
always kind of tell him that it's sort of like Howard Stern on the internet. Like, that's the best way to describe it.
It's true. If
Yeah.
as a Howard Stern fan, when I first got into it, I just had to listen to a lot of it to get through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to Sternthology. That was actually the Sternthology is probably the best thing I listened to get me up to speed with it.
I agree completely.
Yeah,
So maybe
I
that's
think
the way to
something
go.
Like that, I think something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk. We'll do a little meeting about it and think about what's the best way to do it.
Okay.
Someone says new employee idea. H3 historian.
Whoa.
Well, love is
whoa.
sort of.
I mean,
Whoa,
whoa,
whoa.
easy,
Whoa,
Tiger.
easy.
Easy.
That's
It's just a
my
comment.
title.
It's just a comment.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, bro. sorry.
That kind of hurt.
It's just a comment. I just read it. I didn't even
All right.
endorse it or anything.
Okay.
Put
Um,
your balls in my mouth?
So there was that. There
Nice.
Was,